गुड आफ्टरनून माय डियर फ्रेंड्स एंड स्टूडेंट्स। आज आपका एक बार फिर से स्वागत है आपकी अपने यूट्यूब चैनल गुरुदेव केमिकल इंजीनियरिंग में। और मेरा नाम है हेमंत अग्रवाल। और जैसा कि पिछले वीडियो में हम पढ़ चुके थे बिटुमिन ब्लोइंग यूनिट के बारे में, उसके ब्रीफ को और डिफरेंट टाइप्स के बिटुमिन के टेस्ट के बारे में। और इस टेस्ट में हम उनका डिस्क्राइब करेंगे और इस टेस्ट में हम कुछ बिटुमिन के ग्रेड देखेंगे और ग्रेड से रिलेटेड जो भी उनके यूजेस हैं, यूटिलिटीज हैं और एप्लीकेशंस है, उनके बारे में हम डिस्कस करेंगे। तो अगर ये वीडियो आपको अच्छा लगे तो उसको लाइक करिए, सब्सक्राइब करिए और अपने फ्रेंड के साथ शेयर कीजिए। और अगर आप चाहते हैं कि इसी टाइप की वीडियोस में बनाता रहूं तो कमेंट कीजिए और बेल आइकन दबाना ना भूलें। तो चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं जो हम इस टॉपिक में कवर अप करेंगे। तो फर्स्ट जैसा कि आप देख रहे हैं कि टेस्टिंग फॉर द बिटुमिन। सो देयर आर द लॉट ऑफ टेस्ट फॉर द बिटुमिन which is we applicable to identify the characteristics, specifications or the applications of the bitumen. So first is the adsorption test, that is a bonding and adhesion test, that is a compatibility, breaking point, distillation, ductility, emulsified asphalt, flash and fire point, float test, penetration test, softening point test, solubility test, specific gravity strain, temperature volume correction, thin film test, spot test, loss on heating test, weathering, water contents, viscosity or rheology. So these are the some tests that is the use for testing of the bitumen quality or their characteristics or specifications. So today's we will cover up some of the tests, 3 or 4, or we will discuss about the viscosity, temperature and the grade of the bitumen cover in today's topic. Viscosity. So viscosity is nothing but it is the resistance of the flow or the friction of the flow. So it is resistance of flow or friction in flow. So viscosity is nothing, it is the property of the liquid. So our bitumen is also a liquid phase, so that's we are discussing about the viscosity. So basically there are two types of viscosity. First is kinematic viscosity, and second is the dynamic viscosity. And dynamic viscosity is also called the absolute viscosity. So basically two types of the viscosity. First is the kinematic viscosity, or some people say the kinematic viscosity, or second is the dynamic viscosity or the absolute viscosity. So kinematic viscosity or dynamic viscosity is the main difference is nothing but it is the difference between force. It does not related to force, it related to motion, and it is depends on force. So basically kinematic viscosity does not depends on the force acting on the fluid, and it is related only for the motion. But the dynamic viscosity, that's mean dynamic means the motion, so it is depends on the motion as well as the force acting on the flow fluid. So these are the two types of the viscosity. So now we will discuss about example. So like it's a horizontal surface, and if it is a thick liquor and it is a thick liquid, and that is a thin liquid. So if we flow in at this surface, horizontal surface, so the velocity of the thin liquid is more as compared to the thick liquid. So that is, if we consider its v, so that's it will be v plus dv. So the distance traveled by this fluid is thick fluid is x, and the distance traveled by this fluid is x plus dx. So that is a general profile of the viscosity, which is related to the different types of the liquid that are using to calculate their viscosity. So if we are taking thin liquid, so it will be move faster as compared to this fluid, or as compared to the this fluid. So that is creating a velocity profile. So it's making an angle that is theta. So if we are considered as its theta, so that's we are using tan theta, tan d theta. So tan theta is equal to perpendicular upon base. So it is, if it is the du, and that is dy, and du is nothing but it is a velocity, and dy is a distance which is traveled by the fluid. So then it is a small angle, that's we will be negligible, then du upon dy. So that is a nothing but it is a velocity gradient. That is a perfect name, or we can say it is a shear stress that or shear stress deformation. So this was the velocity, about the velocity gradient. Now we will be discuss about the units dimension formula of the viscosity. So basically according to the Newtonian law, tau equal to tau is equal to mu du upon dy. So where mu is nothing but it is a absolute viscosity, and where tau is stress, shear stress, and that is velocity gradient. So this tau is nothing but it is the stress, that is denotes the force per unit area. So as I had told you that the absolute viscosity is depends on the force, that it has been proved that it is depends on the force. So if we calculate the unit, then mu is equal to tau du upon dy, and where unit of the tau is Newton per meter square. So it will be Newton per meter square, and that is unit is velocity. Du is velocity. So unit of the velocity is meter per second, and that is distance. So distance unit is meter. So meter per second into 1 by meter. So its unit will be second. 1 by second. This will be the unit of the viscosity. So now dimension formula of the viscosity is ml minus 1 T minus 1. So it is a dimension formula of the viscosity. Now we will discuss about the kinematic viscosity. Basically, kinematic viscosity is only related to the motion of the fluid or the liquid. So it is denoted by the word nu. It is nu is nothing but is a Greek letter that is the ratio of the absolute or the dynamic viscosity to the density of the fluid. So that is the basic formula of the kinematic viscosity. So mu where is the absolute viscosity? So its unit will be in CGS is centimeter square per second, or it is also called the 1 stock. So this was the brief about the kinematic viscosity, that it does not depends on the force, only depends on the motion of the fluid. Now we will be discuss about some test or of the bitumen. That first is adsorption. So we will be discuss about the adsorption. So adsorption is a surface phenomena so it is a surface phenomena if the any aggregate it is a aggregate that is adhes or that is bind by the bitumen or not. So this test shows the binder property of the bitumen, that is adsorption on the surface of the bitumen on the aggregates. So like this second aggregate that is binds with the bitumen or not. So this shows the adsorption or the surface phenomena with the aggregate with the bitumen. So second test is bonding and adhesion. So bonding means the combining of the two or more than the two materials, and adhesion means the force acting between the different types of the different materials. Like one is in the liquid form, that is in the another form like solid form. So these are the two different kinds of the material. So these are acting a force between them. So it is called the adhesion. So bonding and adhesions is shows the addition between the two different. Like first we can say the solid means aggregates, sand or etc., and the liquid may be bitumen. So it is shows the bonding and adhesion between the bitumen and the aggregate. So this is the second property of the bitumen, that is join the aggregates with together. So now next is breaking property. So basically breaking means it is shows the climate conditions of the place. So if we are going in the climate countries, so if we are going in the cold countries, that we will be see its the viscosity grade we will be take less, because its penetration power will be more, because that if we are increasing the penetration power, that means the bitumen becomes harder or the viscosity grade is low. So breaking point shows the cracking or the fracture in the mixture of the aggregates and the bitumen. So it is shows the crackings or the fractures between the between the aggregates and the bitumen. So if making the road, we takes the desirable bitumen that is suitable for the weather conditions or the climate conditions. So it should not be break. So that's why we are using the breaking point or the breaking test for the bitumen. Now we will be move on the next test. So basically distillation shows the bitumen volatility. It shows the volatility of bitumen. So it shows the volatility of the bitumen for making the road. So in this test we are take a sample in a cup and put in a aluminium box for a 24 hour, and it's covered with a lid. So it generates a vapor. So that's we are checking the volatility of the bitumen by using the distillation method. So this was the brief knowledge about the bitumen test, and in the next video we will discuss about the another test. So we will be discuss about the suitability of viscosity with temperature. So you are watching this table, and in this table there are three columns, which first one is the shows the viscosity grade, second was the pen grade. Pen is nothing but it is a penetration grade, and that is the absolute atmospheric temperature, that is in degree Celsius. So Vg, if the Vg10, that it's if Vg, the viscosity grade is as I have told in the previous video, the viscosity is inversely proportional to the penetration. So if the decrease the viscosity gradient, then increase in the penetration. If the because it is the hard, and also if the gum is increase in the bitumen, that increase in the binder property and elasticity. So if increase in the gum in the bitumen, that it shows increase in the binder property as well as the elasticity. If the asphalt increase in the bitumen, that increase in the solidity of the bitumen. If increase the solidity, then increase the cracking in the bitumen. So that's why we are these two materials should be present in a sufficient ratio. So now come to the point that second is increase the viscosity, so decrease the penetration, or decrease the viscosity gradient, then increase in the penetration. So it is suitable at the less than 30 degree Celsius. So in cold, it is for the cold country. If increase in the viscosity gradient, then it decrease the penetration grade, or it is suitable for the 30 to 38 degree Celsius. Now second is if increase again the viscosity grade, then increase in the decrease in the pen. So it is suitable at the 38 to 45 degree Celsius, and it is the main, or we can say it is it is more applicable in India. So next is VG40. So VG40 is where there the viscosity is more and the penetration is less. So it is above the 45 degree Celsius. So this was the basic or the specifications about the bitumen, and in the next video we will be discuss about the mode test for the bitumen. And if you like my video, then subscribe and share with your friends, and please press the bell icon. And thanks for watching this video.